From 1970 to 1982, he co-starred with Dr. Graham Garden and Bill Oddie number 8211, whom he met at the University of Cambridge number 8211, in the television series The Goodies. A distinctive combination of slapstick and satire, he struggled to get a repeat of Life After Death, to the occasional regret and suspicion of its creators. However, Brooke-Taylor was luckier with the BBC as a regular on Radio 4's radio show, In Sorry I Havn't a Clue, on which he had appeared since 1972. The 73rd series is expected to take place from May, even if the programming of a program recorded in front of a live audience across the country was already complicated by the restrictions on social dis. Brooke-Taylor had recently been diagnosed with the virus, becoming the second senior British comedy figure to die with her, after Eddie Large. The Goodies featured the vanity of a trio of quirky friends who operated like convenience stores, racing on their tandem, a three-seater bike, to deal with emergencies number 8211. The most famous, Kit. The monstrous Moggy climbed the post office tower in tribute to the massive Gorilla King Kong treatment of the New York Empire State Building like a toy in a famous movie. Film parody was a frequent Goodies device. Other shows like 2001 and a bit and a Cornish western called Bun Fight at OKT Rooms. Kitten Kong, one of Goodies' most famous sketches. But, although the Goodies reached high ratings and won awards including the Silver Rose of Montreux, a great honor from European television, for Kit, a recurring problem was categorization, although it was screened for the first time at 10:30 p.m., a slot machine associated with an experimental comedy, where Monty Python's Flying Circus had been scheduled. It did come, particularly when it then switched to slot machines. Under early evening, to be considered a children's show. Or, as he probably would prefer, he can find work as a musical actor. One of Tim Brooke-Taylor's 10 best hits, Funky Gibbon. Certainly, the humor could be juvenile, with Christmas pantomimes, including the Goodies and the Beanstalk, openly courting the younger age groups. But, although no television historian has ever quite found a note or interview on smoking, it seems likely that the BBC is not worried that the jokes in the Goodies are too young but that they have. This could include the episodes Women's Lib, 1971, South Africa, 1975, and Alternative Roots, 1977, which respectively satirize feminism, apartheid and a famous soap opera on African slavery. Undoubtedly, there are jokes that would now be considered sexist, and, although the episodes dealing with Black history are not racist in their language or intent, the spectacle of three white Cambry refusal to assemble or repeat the Goodies, although the programs are available on various DVDs. An irony of the moment and the cause of Brooke-Taylor's death is that an undisputed edition number 8211 clown virus, in which a chemical weapon leak creates a pandemic that turns people into comic circus. The character delineation in the goodies had Gordon as the brains man, Audie the hippie guy, and Brooke-Taylor the chic guy. His three-piece suits often vest in Union flag colors. These portraits were all based on some truth, the references of the upper class of Brooke-Taylor going beyond the easy target of his double-barreled name to a childhood as the son of a lawyer in Derb. Although it is a privileged institution, teachers did not always see it as a chance to be responsible for TBT, as it became known by a nickname that has endured. A teacher wrote to his parents, "Tim could get a job as an actor if he fails to level A." Unusually among those who become successful artists, TBT showed no interest in playing or singing in school, so the prophetic remark by his tutor seems to have been inspired by the nature of classroom. On existentialism and art. In truth, the separation was more complex. The specificity of the musical comedian prophecy is frightening, because Brooke-Taylor had two pop top 10 singles with the goodies number 8211, The In-Betweenies, and Funky Gibbon number 8211, and a highlight. Despite his academic failure, Brooke-Taylor, after a period of teaching, arrived at Pembroke College, Cambridge, becoming involved in the Cambridge Footlights Comedy Club, of which he was president I. Besides Gordon and Audie, his generation included John Cleese, Graham Chapman, and Eric Idle. When this gang started working in broadcasting number 8211, an almost guaranteed route for comedians in the oldest universities at the time number 8211, Brooke-Taylor worked with Cleese and Chapman on ITV's At Loss. In BBC 2's Broaden Your Mind, 1968-69, Brooke-Taylor, Cleese and Gordon were joined by Gordon, Audie and Idle, as well as new recruits, Michael Palin and Terry Jones, who were in Oxford when they were. Many of these have also worked on the Radio 4 series, I'm Sorry, I Will Read It Again, 1964-73, before splitting into Pythons and Goodies. This division may have sown some of the later problems for the Brooke-Taylor team, encouraging the tendency of some broadcasting leaders to disapprove of the silly humor of the Goodies and the Surreal. Brooke-Taylor, both on the Goodies and I'm Sorry, I'm Going to Read It Again, could be as smart, daring and even surreal as friends from Cambridge who went the other way. An episode of Goodies in which Brooke-Taylor, in drag, played a more right successor to Margaret Thatcher, takes the form of an elaborate musical parody of Tim Rice and Evita by Andrew Lloyd Webber. The punchline may be a cheesy pun number 8211. The politician has assistants called Marge and Tina, purely so that she can implore them in the song so as not to cry for her number 8211. But the episode as a whole. Remembering his eternal radio show, Tim Brooke-Taylor also deserved a greater memory for his televised work.